Peak list is to display information of all major PSD peaks such as peak frequency, amplitude, and RMS value. It is a pre-plot option, but it can also be turned on or off after the plot is generated. Right mouse click on peak list to show its menu. First turn on peak list. Then specify the matching is to be applied to the current subplot or all plots. The rest of this menu is composed of two major parts. The first part is display location, which includes two options: top of peaks or side list. For top of peaks, first check the checkbox for horizontal label. Otherwise, the label will be vertical. Only frequency can be displayed on top of peaks, which can be absolute frequency or ratio to a source frequency. Enter a ID for the source frequency. There are three ways to select the source frequency. The first one is to select a reference frequency in reference window. From this pull-down list, select the desired RF such as RPM N1. The second way to select source frequency is auto grab from peak lock. To do so, first right mouse drag around the desired peak to lock the peak, and the peak frequency will be displayed in bottom menu as XP. The marker will then auto grab it as the source frequency. The third way is manually enter an absolute frequency in Hertz. The other choice for display location is side list, which will display all major PSD peak information on the left side of the 2D plot. 3 peak information can be displayed for side list: frequency, X, amplitude, and RMS, which is computed from the peak value around it, plus minus so many bin. And the sequence of the side list can sorted by amplitude or frequency. The second part of the menu is peak parameters. The first one is peak selection threshold. The signal-to-noise ratio of each PSD peak is computed and used to determine if it is qualified as a peak for matching. Next, check the checkbox to limit the total number of peak to the highest so many peaks. Otherwise it will display all peaks above the threshold. The next parameter is peak selection window. If a PSD peak have several local maxima, or ripples, around the largest peak, then only one peak, the largest one, within the peak selection window is selected. The last two are display decimal places and font size. Click Close to close the menu. And let's generate PSD of the current single channel. Turn on peak list and start. The peak frequency are displayed on the top of each major peak. And these peaks frequency, amplitude, and RMS are displayed on side list.